I know you see me at the beginning, but let's just say it. Pin that mofo. Pin that. Okay. Morning, Scott. Nathan's your second. Scott got it first. Okay. I'm going to get right into the show because I want to get out of here. I want to do my job just like everybody else. I want to do my job and run. But we had quite a day yesterday. Quite a day. You've got a gap in Qs and VOO. I think you have a gap in VOO as well. No. Morning candle covered, the bottom covered it. So, but I don't see the gap hunter in here. Do I have the gap hunter on? I do, because it's right there. Oh, I guess it does have a, let's see. Yeah. Gap right there between 481 and 487. So, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, PI, I have that in my list. I mean, we'll go over it. Okay, let me just hit record. Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 25th, and it is now 8:23. I'm starting early, just like everybody else in this crowd. I enjoy interacting on YouTube Live, but just like everybody else, I want to get into my job and I want to get out. It's nice weather out. It's springtime. There's some good stuff. We got a lot today. Okay. Remember, there were 3 scenarios for SPY. We may have just yesterday with yesterday's stuff included it. We've got strategies from Trendspider. Let's talk about it, what to do. Market ended strong. I've got tons and tons of stocks. Tons. That are entries in the 4-hour algorithm that you could have made a ton of money on yesterday. Stocks that didn't move yesterday. Couple of a lot. There were 5 of them in the core portfolio. My buddy my buddy Scott, his son Sam, sent me an email yesterday with the most talked about stock on TikTok. We're gonna look at how you get something like that, and let's go and evaluate the stock. My system is not a secret. It's not behind a paid wall. Everybody says, well, you've got a paid newsletter. No, my system is very clear. Don't listen to the words that I say. Look at the actions that I do. Don't look at the stock that I'm looking at. Look at the actions that I do. We'll look at BABA. DeepSeek released a new model, so we'll look at that. We'll look at MLGO and TNON. MLGO was up 455% yesterday. How could you have traded it? We'll look at it. Today it's TNON, which is up like 400%. So we'll just look at a couple of those. But let's start out with the Qs. We had a little gap up yesterday in the Qs. The gap is created from 482 to 487, which most likely means you're going to have some type of pullback to fill that gap. You know, just like you're sitting at a pool in the summertime as we're coming up to pool season, and an old man spreads his legs, you hope that that gap, so you can't see the testicles, you hope that that gap gets filled. This gap will get filled. More than likely, it will get filled. We're right on that trend line, that green line that I have left on my charts. Remember, if you don't have charts, you need charts. So QQQ is right there. Right there. It's a clear trend line. I mean, and it's anchored back. If you go to the weekly, it's anchored back to COVID. Right there. See that green line? It has provided us very much buying opportunities. And we're still in an upward trend. On the weekly, you no longer have confirmation. You are below the 9-day. The MACD has reset itself. The RSI is down at 46. It's not a bad time to start buying for the long term. Okay, a movie recommendation for you. This is a movie called Margin Call. It is a fantastic movie. And what somebody by the name of Algorithm on Substack posted this clip. He thinks we're at this point now. Go and watch the movie. Okay, watch this clip only after you've watched the movie. And then once you watch the movie, understand that's where he thinks we're at. It's not a good thing, but that's where he thinks we're at. And like I said, there were 3 scenarios. Okay, 2. I'm sorry, 2. There were 2. The first was, and I posted this yesterday. This was from Trendspider. It might have been last week. Reclaim the 200-day and retest 580 prior demand zone, or reject the 200-day and this potential bear flag setup. Okay, I don't trust patterns. I'm not a pattern trader, but maybe scenario number 1, which is reclaim the 200-day and retest 580 on demand zone. Again, we will look at this. Let's look at a daily look at SPY. If you have the 4-hour algorithm, it got you in at 562. Okay, you're trading at 574. Let's see. In pre-market, it's 575 right now. Let's look at the daily. And did you reclaim the 200-day? You did. The volume zone right there. Okay, yesterday's daily candle, the high, 575. So, reclaim the 580. That may be where we're going. But again, who knows? We're on tariff watch. It continues to be a flip-flop, blah, blah, blah. It's all back and forth on tariffs. Trump tariffs sow more confusion, may grant breaks to a lot of countries. It's chaos. It's management by chaos, and that's what's going on in the administration. The market ended strong yesterday. We have confirmation, but I continue to think that this will be a trading range. So if we go and we look at this, where's the trading range? Well, if I look at it and I say, okay, the election in November, where were we on the first week in November on the Qs? The open 486, the close 514. Where are we trading right now? 490. You're in that range. Okay, anything below that range, I think you can buy. Anything above that range, I think you may look to trim, because I think he wants tariffs to bring things down. Remember the goal of this administration. When stocks rise, tariffs go on, and that brings the stocks down, and that brings interest rates down. That's an interesting one. I posted an article yesterday for Alpha Picks members, and this was one of the charts that was in there. And which sectors contributed most to the S&P's drop? I say it all the time. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. So over here you have the sector weight. This is the S&P 500 on the left. 30% tech stocks. Okay, 14% is the next one, financials, then healthcare, then consumer discretionary, consumer services, industrials, all of that. Look at the overweight portion of the contribution to the S&P return from February 19th to March 14th. This is interesting. One of the biggest, tech. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. What outperformed yesterday? Tech. Look at this one. This is healthcare. Or I'm sorry, this is consumer discretionary. 10%, minus 18%. What's consumer discretionary? It's Amazon and it's Tesla. Tesla was up huge yesterday. This is communication services. 9%, not as great a difference. And again, once you get down into these materials, real estate, utilities, energy. Utilities was the worst performer yesterday. I think it was the only negative. But again, you take a look at this. Where are your opportunities? Well, when it comes down, you find good stocks with good value, okay, good fundamentals, good stock, good companies with good products, with good profits, and good management. And that's all in the quant system, okay? You can go over to the Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick, and there are links here, okay? You can get this bundle. You can get this bundle, which includes Alpha Picks, which is a curated portfolio that gives you 2 stocks per month where you buy 1%. I am going to do a strategy maybe for Alpha Picks. But again, this is part of the Alpha Picks. This was part of the webinar that Steve Kress went over and said, hey, here's what's happening. And he showed you how to use Alpha Picks. So you can get this bundle. And you'll see me go through the quant system. The quant system, just understand when you listen to this, the quant system is how I rate fundamentals. How I, who wants to, get the hell out of here. You have a 9-to-5 job. You don't have time to research a ton of stocks. Go to Seeking Alpha Premium. Just go to Premium. Go over to top stocks. We've talked about it. KINS, TGTX, QFIN. TGTX was one of the stocks that I think it was Perplexity that said you can turn $5,000 into $1 million over a certain amount of time. It was one of those that it picked out. So understand, you can get the bundle, or you can go over here and just click on this 4th link. You get a free 7-day trial of Seeking Alpha Premium. Doesn't include the Alpha Picks portfolio, or you can get Alpha Picks portfolio separately. Okay, but the links on Linktree save you money. Now, one of the things that we can do, let's talk about strategies from my newsletter. This is a newsletter that I do every day, okay? And people may say, well, you charge for it. No, the majority of this is free. The video that you see up here is commercial free. So if you listen on Spotify and you get commercials, if you listen on Apple and you get commercials, this is commercial free. And that's a benefit of paid subscribers. But you still get the podcast on those other services for free. Okay, so it's not like I'm charging. Then you go down here, where the market's going. I give you a little overview. That's for free. Then you scroll down here, and these are the links for Seeking Alpha, the bundle, and Alpha Picks, Seeking Alpha Premium, and Trendspider. Okay, then you get to the links for Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. All free. Then you get the cliff notes of everything that I go over. And on this particular one, okay, there is a stock battle link right here. 1 hour trading strategy. This is free. It's not charged for. This is in Trendspider. So if you just click on that link, you can import it into your system. Okay? Now, when you import a strategy into your Trendspider system, I would urge you, don't just click and not know what it's doing, okay? This particular battle, okay, if we look up battle, I have this 1 hour strategy right here, and we're going to go and we're going to look at it. I would urge you, when you go to this, look at Robinhood, okay? We had a nice March 18th. You buy in at $39.85. You have a nice 8% gain. Okay, March 21st at 11:30 yesterday, 21st. It got you out. Then you're going to the March 24th. Yesterday, you had an entry at 46. Right now, where are you trading? 48. And why do I think that this is good? Well, look down below. Okay, you'll see the performance chart is 32.2%. Over the last 61 days, you've made 33%. While the market has been going down, you made 33 freaking percent over the last 60 days. Buying and holding lost you 5%. It's a strategy. Understand from my strategies that I provide in the newsletter. Scroll down. Okay, I can't show it on here because it's hidden because of the way my screen is set up. But scroll down below this performance chart, and you will see entry and exit conditions. Understand what that does. This is all in Trendspider. So if you get Trendspider and you get my 4-hour algorithm, okay, here on Hood, the 4-hour algorithm, it makes you 437.8% over 24 months. That's 2 years. You make 435% if you buy and hold. I would argue it's a great strategy. You win 48% of the time. Okay? But I don't want you to just know the strategy. I want you to go down and understand the formula. So that's the first place you get strategies, is here in my newsletter. The second place you can get strategies is on Twitter from Trendspider. Just go over to Trendspider's Twitter. They post it all the time, and you import it into your system. There are tons of strategies that are posted here, and you can import them right into your system, whether you use them or not. Like this one. This is a scan. 40 stocks in the S&P put in a bullish MACD cross today. This list has them all of them imported into your system. Understand how they're doing. Scroll down and look at what they're doing, the formulas. Don't just take it and move to it. But that's the second place you get some of the strategies. Then just Google Trendspider Store, and you'll find indicators. Okay, the Trendspider Store right here. There are strategies. You can go to strategy and you can import them all. They are free. There are some that are charged, but there are free ones. Okay? They are fantastic. And the third way you do this is you just build it yourself. Once you understand what professionals are doing, then you can build it yourself. So kudos to those, by the way, that took any of these. Let's look at the 1 hour battle. We went over Hood. You've made a nice 8% gain since I posted that in the newsletter. Again, this was, we went to the day we did this, we just went to top stocks, and the top stock is KINS. And I said, you know what? This is what I looked at. KINS, you've made a nice, let's see, 0.2% gain. Now you're back in at $15.99 where you're trading right now. You're trading at $16.55. You're not killing it, but here, it makes 17.3% versus 4.22 buy and hold. And even the Hood, let's see, what is a Hood? Robinhood leveraged ETF. Let's see, 3 times, 2 times leverage. Let's see, 3 times leverage is this one. That is gold. Let's see, Hood. Hood leverage. Let's see, Hood 2 times leverage. What's the symbol? That's what I'm looking at. HOOX. HOOX is one. So we can go over here and look at HOOX. Leveraged ETF. It doesn't have any entries, but I know there's a leveraged ETF for Robinhood. Go and look it up. You'll find it. So, but KINS and others were ones that I posted in that newsletter that you absolutely could have imported into your system and made some money. Again, this is about saving you time and money, because you can set up a system and alerts where you don't have to sit there and look at charts. You have a job all day. So kudos to anybody that took that. The key is when you find a strategy, don't follow it blindly. Understand how it works. Now let's look at a scan yesterday that I did. If I go over here to scanner in Trendspider, and I built one yesterday, currently in the 4-hour algorithm. This scans the daily stock pick watch list, which you get when you sign up for a yearly plan on Trendspider. How do you do that? Go over to Linktree. It's the second link right there. Sign up for Trendspider. It's $20 for 14 days. Try it out. Once you get the yearly, I'll send you all the things that I use. Everything that I use in Trendspider. The 4-hour algorithm, the 65-minute algorithm, the 5-minute algorithm, all of those I'll send you, including the watch list and the scanners. And this particular scanner, stocks that soared yesterday, it's on our watch list, APP. If you had the 4-hour algorithm, you got in at 272. Where are you trading today? 345. Great gain. How do you know this is good? Well, it makes you 1,782% over the last 24 months. We've talked about this one. You also had Tesla in the 4-hour algorithm. If we look at that one has soared. And the algorithm got you in at 248. I didn't trust it. Where you're trading right now today, even with bad European deliveries, this one is defying logic. It is going up at $283. Now, I have made this mistake many times, and I shouldn't. You know why? Because look at the performance chart of the 4-hour algorithm on Tesla. 174%. It threw more than 3 times beats buy and hold, which is 53%. And to market cap increased by 85 billion today. Here's the thing for the bears. Even if Q1 has bad numbers, if Tesla can hold these levels, these are key points. Okay? In Trendspider, you just put those points on your chart and you sit there and you put in alert levels. And so it will text you. Okay? Some other ones that are good in the 4-hour algorithm, MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy was up huge yesterday. It's down marginally today at 0.51, but you got in at 259. Where are you trading right now? 334. How do I know it's good? Look at the performance of the 4-hour algorithm. Okay, another one that I have bashed that's on the watch list, but it's just oversold is AMD. Okay, AMD, this is one. I still don't think the valuation is good, but this is Oga's making the case. Last time it bounced from $90 levels, it went straight to all-time highs with no catalyst. And Jim Cramer last night on Mad Money, I saw Evan post this. He said, you can buy AMD. He goes, I just prefer NVIDIA. And where did the 4-hour algorithm get you in? $99. And it's at 113 right now. Now, this has just been a dying. If I were going to trade this, again, I have put this on there. That red line is what I like to look at. We need to change directions, and it hasn't changed direction yet. You still have a negative 50-day, but your 9-day on a weekly has started to turn around. It's just oversold. That's it. Let's go through some other ones. Affirm is one that had it, and I'm going to post this entire list in the of stocks that are buys in the 4-hour algorithm as of yesterday. Okay, the newsletter is free. It's absolutely free. All of these were in during this pop in the 4-hour algorithm, so these should be on a watch list that you have, and I create this watch list, and if you're on my affiliate program with Trendspider, you get this watch list. Okay, one of them that's on there, I mean, there's a list of quite a large list. One of them that I brought up in the newsletter specifically that I said was due for a bounce is Boeing. Where'd the algorithm have you in? 159. How well does the algorithm perform? It makes you 25% over the last 24 months. What happens if you bought and held Boeing? You're down 6%. Okay? Dutch Brothers, BROS. I know I brought this one up. This is in the algorithm. This one was up huge yesterday. Up huge. Nice gap fill. You know, you had this gap down here from 64. It was still looking to get filled. It got filled yesterday. Okay, another one. CLS, Celestica. I own this one. This has been an alpha pick, and it's been in Seeking Alpha top stock forever. This one was up huge. Look at the 4-hour algorithm. It got you in at 92. Now, it doesn't perform as well as buy and hold, but it still makes you 461%. So if you're afraid of buying at these levels, take the emotion out of it. Okay, let's look at another one. GM. This one I said weeks ago. I said it's above 50. I'm working on a strategy with alpha picks where if I traded alpha picks, would I be better off? And with GM specifically, I think I'd be better off with that $50 price point. And that $50 price point over this time has been pretty good. Look at resistance. Okay, then it popped up. Support. And then you pop down. Resistance, March 3rd. Now we're popped over it. Maybe it's time to trim it. Okay, but they're buying back so much stock. Then you have a stock yesterday, Lululemon, which has earnings later this week. Got in at 325. Is that a good stock? I don't know. The algorithm makes you 12.4%. Buy and hold makes you 15%. It's been kind of trading sideways. Hasn't done much all the way since November 2021 when it hit highs. But maybe that's one you want. Another stock that I brought up recently for paid members, this is one that could turn in, $5,000 into $1 million. Melly. You know, is this one finally using this 2020 as support? Because if we look at this, you can clearly see this previous top provided some resistance back here in November, and we dipped under it. Is it changing? This channel right there, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we start to see some movement in this one again. Another one, Snowflake. And again, this is all from the watch list that I have. Snowflake, I've talked about this many, many times. Okay, on the weekly, just look at that range right there. You can trade it in this range from 130 to 200. You're at 164. You got all the way down to 146. Were you buying? I don't know. I did. Another one, Mara, which is on the watch list. Mara, this one makes you half. It's 66%. You know, buying and holding makes you 108%. But it had you in at 1226. Where are you today? 1460. 1449 in here in pre-market. So the list is long. I've got some notes next to them. Ones that didn't move yesterday in the core portfolio. So you've got all of this. And then you go to the core portfolio right here. Ones that didn't move, Apple. Algorithm has you in at 213. It's always been a good way for me to buy. Now it's 42%. You win 37% of the time. But again, it gets you in for those big moves. Okay, Disney's another one. I brought this up. I think it's $120 stock. As it moves towards 120, you start selling it. Again, this is all charts. Coke, I said, at $70, you want to start trimming this. And then at $60, you want to start buying it. Doesn't mean you load in, but it's a clear channel. When you get towards 60, you want to trim this one. And I hold this one long term. Microsoft is another one. It didn't perform well yesterday. 387 is where the algorithm has you in. You're trading at 394. I think it's a $400 stock. And I think at some point you come back up and fill this 440 level. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I own a ton of it and I want to start trimming it, but I'm not going to sell it because A, I don't need the money. And B, I think that it's a $440 stock. So I'm perfectly fine waiting for it. Am I optimizing my money? No. But I don't want to be out of these names when they pop. Netflix is one that didn't perform yesterday. But the algorithm has you in at 896. And I said this many, many times before. Buy this one while it's under 900. You know, I think it's going back to 1,000. So 974, I think you're fine. And Roblox didn't perform. You want to know why Roblox didn't perform? Because the algorithm had you in at 56 right here. And you're up at 61. You're going to fill this gap to 74. Roblox is just one of those. Again, look at the performance. So I like Tesla. I like a lot of these. I like AMD. Now, my buddy Scott, his son Sam, sent me an email yesterday. He's in high school. And he said, hey, I'm on TikTok. I see this. Saratoga Water, PRMB. Is this a good one to buy? And he saw this article and he said, I want to buy it. Is it a good one to buy? Again, ignore the stock, watch my process. So I go over to Trendspider, PRMB. I type it in. It's Primo Brands. I don't know anything about the valuation. I don't know anything about the actual stock. Okay, you don't need to know what the hell it is. You just know that it's on TikTok and PRMB. I'm going to find a strategy that works. Is it the 4 hour? Well, the 4 hour still makes me 64%. Buying and holding makes me 123% over the last 24 months. So am I okay buying on the 4 hour? Well, it wins 44% of the time. Now, when I take a look at a weekly, you can see it has popped. So it seems stretched. Do I want to buy into something like this where it seems stretched on the weekly? We saw through February what many of those tech stocks did on the weekly. They just broke down. Is this one like that? Well, first, I need to see what their sales are. I need to see what their valuation is. But I would say the 4 hour algorithm makes me 64% over the last 2 years. And that includes this huge run from 15 to 30. And it was 15 in March of last year. So over 1 year, you've gotten up there. So let's go over PRMB. This is seeking alpha premium. And this is how you use the tool. And I go over here and I say, you know what? The valuation's an F. The growth, A. Profitability, if you're just looking at this and you see the quants as a hold, has it ever been a strong buy? Not really. It's been a hold all the way since 27 and you're trading at 32. And it was a hold back here. It went to strong buy every now and then. But if you scroll down and you look at it, you can see the valuation back here was an A+. It went to an F on the 17th of this month. What happened on the 17th of this month? If we look back, more than likely, the 17th, it just, primo bans, SEC proxy filing. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what happened. But again, if you don't even know what these mean, if I go to the valuation, I can see it's not making money, but they're expected to make money. So it's an F because they're not making money. And it's expensive. At this point with that run, it's expensive. But if they get the growth that they're expecting, the revenue growth year over year, it's 9%. The sector's growing at 2%. Okay, levered free cash flow growing at 476%. The sector is losing 3%. It's soft drinks and non-alcoholic beverages. So you get, say you don't like this one, you can go over here. FMX, Keurig Dr. Pepper, all of those are above PRMB. Okay, so you could research those. If you just want to somebody to tell you what it is, this was generated on 318. We're at 325 right now. So nothing's really changed. Here is the description. Here's the competitors and the unique value. It goes over it. Unique competitive advantage lies in its extensive portfolio of iconic brands and its vertically integrated distribution network. It's a drink company. Okay, Nestle, Pepsi, and Coke. I own Pepsi and Coke. I don't own Primo brands. When you look at it, the valuation, and this goes over the 5 sectors of the quant. This is why you want it. If you have a full-time job, you don't have time to read a bunch of, pop-up kind of news stories on this. And they're all opinion-based. This is AI-based. Positive raised by the analyst. Then you get to your opinions. Has achieved 50% return in 4 months, driven by the Blutron merger and strong market positioning. The company's vertically integrated water business and partnership with leading retailers like Walmart, Costco, and Kroger are expected to drive growth. Management projects $300 million in synergy savings by 2026. Concerns. Recent Q4 results miss consensus estimates. That's probably the 17th where it changed. The company's high debt levels and interest expenses. So you're never investing without risk. But I go back to it. What's a strategy that might work? Well, 4-hour algorithm. Maybe you want to look at this stock battle. The stock battle stuff. Does this work on PRMBO? PRMB, not O. Loses you 13%. Doesn't work. Maybe the 65-minute. Let's look at the 65-minute. Maybe that one works a little bit better. It loses you 2%, but buying and holding over the last 8 months, you made 50%. So it doesn't work. The 4-hour algorithm works on this one. So if I were looking at that one, and I told Sam, I said, I would probably trade this one because it doesn't fit my particular, I'm not a drink guy. Got a market cap of 12 billion. That's okay. It's still small cap. I'm not against beverages, but I own Coke and Pepsi. So it's not in my wheelhouse. But if it's in your wheelhouse and you see something like this, just understand what you're buying. Understand what you're buying. And that's how you do that. It's not hard. It's very, very simple. And the tools that I have are the tools that you have. Now, we'll watch this one. PRMB. I'll put it on the watch list. What the hell? We'll put it on the daily stock pick watch list. We'll put it there. And so now anybody that's up with my affiliate, you have PRMB and you can scan on it. It's as simple as that. Again, if you find these things, you can do it. And I clean up that watch list every quarter and I remove stuff. But that's how you do it. Now, Alibaba. Let's talk about this one because Chinese stocks are still fairly valued. They really, really are. Alibaba sees signs of a potential AI bubble in U.S., plans to resume hiring. Okay, this is huge. Could AI be in a bubble? Well, their CFO, I think it was the CFO, Alibaba chairman, Joe Tsai, said the company would restart hiring while separately expressing concerns about a potential AI bubble. He's talking about all these stocks amid the fiercely competitive AI race. Countries and companies globally have been investing, blah, blah, blah. He thinks it might be a bubble. Are you in that camp? Maybe. I mean, but again, if you're looking at BABA, the valuation is D. Why? Let's find out. What does the AI report say? I mean, let's just go down. Valuation appears stretched with price to sales of 2.40, significantly higher than the sector. I still think it's super cheap. I mean, you're getting a tech stock, the leading tech stock in China, at 14 times forward earnings on PE. I think the valuation is not stretched. Now, the growth, China's rebounding. So they've got easy comps against last year. Profitability, I mean, it's a tech company. Momentum, it's been an A. If you invested in this 1 year ago, you're up 86 effing%. 9 months, 79%. All the revisions, 24 up, 3 down, 25 up, 18 down on revenue. But it's still an A. It's still an A. So do I think this one's a good one? Maybe, you take a look at this. Number 1 is JD. Number 2 is Amazon. I still think Amazon is the strongest buy that you can do in this market. Under $200, it's fantastic. Even at $200, it's decent because Wall Street thinks it's a $264 stock. Large market cap, a company that's continuing to grow. Okay, Chinese DeepSeek unveils updated V3 model. Remember, DeepSeek, go and read more about DeepSeek. It's got all the articles posted down here about DeepSeek. They use NVIDIA chips, but at a much more efficient way, and they need less. Jensen Huang, during GCT last week, he explained that the fewer chips won't work going forward. But if you go back to the AI bubble that Baba thinks that we're in, then we could be just overspending on compute, and that may get pulled back. So understand what you've got. Now let's talk about a little trading, because MLGO, this was up 455%. I'll post this. I posted this in the Facebook group, but I'll post it. MLGO. Let's look at how you could have traded this yesterday, because maybe that stock battle one gets you in. 4-hour algorithm. This is just, again, this is just a test. I don't know that it works. I haven't run this one. Well, it does pretty well over the last 61 days. I mean, look at the algorithm. On a 1 hour, it got you in at $5.48. $5.45. I mean, it got you in at $5.45. Where are you right now? You're at $12.19. You're down 12%. It's not bad. I mean, I'd take that one. I would take the risk. It's huge. It wins 44% of the time. So you could have done that. You could have done, let's see, this A+ setup that I have. I don't like the exit on this one. And that's what I worry about. But it got you in, let's see. It got you in at $2.47 on March 24th. This is on 5-minute candles, by the way. This got you in, on March 21st. March 21st on Friday, got you in. Then you had yesterday, got you out with a 425%. Again, this comes with Trendspider. And do not trade on this unless you understand the entrance and exit. I hate the exit on this one, but on this one, it works. Okay, and watch this little video. This is Ross Cameron from Warrior Trading. He is a momentum trader, and he trades on 1-minute candles, and he's very, very good. His results are not typical. So why not get Trendspider and get these tools to do it? Now, FDA, this is the TNON. Okay, this one is up huge today. TNON. Let's see what this one does. Let's go into this stock. This is the 5-minute candle one. TNON doesn't have you in. Again, I don't like the exit on this one. The exit gets you out, but it doesn't have you in. Let's look at the stock battle one, which is on a 1-hour time frame. We can look at this one. And this one got you in at 112. Let's see, in pre-market, it has you out. So yeah, this one doesn't work on this one right now. But I wouldn't do this one anyway, because the win, it's only 35%, loses you 35% over the last 62 days. I just wouldn't do it. But it's up huge. TNON is up, let's see, up 340% in pre-market. 340% in pre-market. So if you can find stocks like this that just start bouncing, You can trade them in Trendspider with a strategy. You just have to learn what these strategies mean and how you do them. They're all technical strategies. It's not based on, this is based, my 4-hour algorithm, just to be clear, it's based on the MACD. Go and Google MACD. It's very, very simple. Now, one of our favorites, PSIX, they reported earnings last night. We can analyze with AI here with PSIX. Virtual was, was generated due to a quant rating change. It's a hold. This is one of our favorites, but it's a hold. And it's a hold because growth has slowed. Are mixed. While forward EPS growth of 80% is notably higher, the sector's revenue is lagging at 11% compared to sectors. This may just be a case of it's got strong comps where it can't do it. And we can look at the growth. You can see 11%. Now, in pre-market, because they announced earnings, it looks like it was good. It's up 17%. PSIX, if we go and look at the quant rating, and you look at this, it just went to hold, and yet it's up 17%. It's not 100%, but if you look at the strong buy, where did it become a strong buy? Down here at $4.20. Where is it trading today? $29.83. It's gone all the way up to $45 since then. And the reason we found this was we just went to top stocks and it was in there. Now, you want a strategy for this one? Let's look at the 4-hour algorithm. Doesn't work. Now, it doesn't. You know why? This doesn't work because it changed. It changed right here. It changed on April 18th of last year. It changed listings. And so there's an issue with the actual data in this one. So maybe let's see the stock battle one. We can see the stock battle one. Did it have you in? Let's see. This one loses you 19%. So I wouldn't use this one either. And it had you out. So again, find a strategy that works. It's not always going to be the same on every stock. But PSIX is one that we've had in there for a while. It's done a lot of people well. You can see it's bottom left to upper right. But it's a small cap company. It has $686 million market cap. Million, not billion. So it's a super, super small cap. So that's how you do this. Today, earnings. We have GameStop. We have GameStop today. Now, tonight, will they announce crypto strategy popping the stock? It's game on. Look at that chart. Okay, let's look at GME in the 4-hour algorithm. Let's look at GME in the 4-hour algorithm. It makes you 5%. Buying and holding makes you 60% over this one. Now, is this one bouncing up after 2 years? It's just hovering around that 200-day. Now, in pre-market, it's up 0.94. They announced after the bell today. Could this one be a big pop? Well, this is a daily chart, and it looks like it's come out of that wedge. Low volume area, the higher volume area is around 27. It's trading at 25. So it could be an opportunity. And finally, for folks, this is an interesting one. I don't usually like these kinds of things, okay? My scalping strategy is boring, but it makes me $100K per month. And it's 19 minutes. And he teaches you about buy zones and sell zones, okay? I like the video. Am I going to go and set up this strategy? No. Do I believe that he's making $100K a month? Maybe he is. But I guarantee you, he's risking something like $1 million a month. So if you have $1 million, that's great. But he's not making $100K a month by risking $5,000. Just understand that. It's a nice flashy title, and it's got 350,000 views over the last few days, 1 month. But it's not something that's repeatable for somebody that doesn't understand charts. If you can't afford Trendspider, and Trendspider is pricey, if you can't afford it, go and trade on a free platform. This has every bell and whistle that you need, and it is something that I can't personally live without. But the reality of it is I have tons of money, and I made most of my money with free tools. Okay, when I started trading, you had to call a broker to buy a stock, and it cost you $50 to buy and $50 to sell. And I had something like $2,000 when I was, 15, 16 years old when I started trading. Wasn't like I was rich. I felt rich, but I had to pay $50. It taught me buy and hold. Okay, today with free stuff that you can do, you don't need to pay for stuff, and you're getting a ton more information than I ever got. Now, markets move a lot faster today, but the reality of the situation is you have the tools in your hands to make money. You don't need somebody telling you how to make money. The scalping strategy, it's a lesson. It's not something to actually copy. It's a lesson because you will not gain the same results. How do you gain the same results? Well, if you want to use the 4-hour algorithm, it's back tested. And if you want to know how I use the 4-hour algorithm, I look for entries on some, I trade it on others, but I try not to be the guy that tells you buy here and sell here. I try to be the guy that gives you lessons. Okay, for paid subs, you're going to get a bonus today. I gave you a sector yesterday with my favorite stocks. I think it was 4 or 5 stocks in that sector. I like it. Today, I'm going to give you a stock that has doubled its buyback in the most recent quarter. And plus an energy stock that's a strong buy in the quant. We just went over the quant. It's a strong buy in the quant and has a 7% dividend yield. And it's not MPLX. Full disclosure, I own MPLX as my energy play. It's been a great stock. Take a look at a weekly on this one. You can take, we are not only getting anywhere between a 16%, I've gotten a 16% dividend since I bought this one. And I think today it's like a 7%. This one is a fantastic stock. Do I suggest going into it? No. The weekly's a bit stretched. This particular stock, it's a strong buy in the quant. Let's see if MPLX is a strong buy in the quant. MPLX, let's look at it. It's a strong buy in the quant. And I think it must have recently gone to a strong buy. Let's see. It recently went at 53. You're trading at 53.89. So it's still a strong buy. Again, this is an energy stock. It's number 3 out of 53. What's number 1? CAPL. Number 2 is GEL. Number 3 is MPLX. It's a good one. It's a good stock. It's a very, very good stock. But it's not one that I'm going to go over. So I will go over those 2 things for the paid members. If you're having a good day, I hope you have a better day. I will talk to you tomorrow. I'll be back. See you. Bye. Larry. Morning, Chris. Morning, Wendy. Morning, Josh. ROBN. That's what you were trading. I forgot it. ROBN. That's what you were trading in that stock battle one. The problem is it doesn't have a ton of back testing. I mean, it's only got 52 days instead of 60. But you had that nice gap fill. I mean, this has made you 43% versus losing 32% over 52 days. And you're not even at the 200-day on this one. I mean, longer range, I don't think it's got, 4-hour. I mean, it doesn't even have you in, out. No. I mean, it's hard on these little ones. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let's go to the 4-hour. Run. 4-hour, it had you in at 11:58. So it timed the bottom a little bit. Ooh. That's a great strategy. I haven't traded on it. I traded on a couple. I think MicroStrategy was one I used on that one. Let's see. It's a good little strategy. MSTR. You could do MSTX too. Yeah, this one makes you 12% over the last 61 days. You need those big pops. This one, when MSTX, which is double leveraged on MicroStrategy, wins 40% of the time, 15 positions over 61 days. Has you in at 34.37 and you're trading at 35.63. So Uber's a great stock. I think Uber's awesome. I think Uber's a $100 stock. I think you're getting back up to that 82. 4-hour algorithm doesn't do great. Or I'm sorry, that's the stock battle one. Let's look at the 4-hour. I keep getting confused when I change strategies. I need to do it off the air. But yeah, 4-hour, 76% versus 138%. But it got you in right at 73. You've got confirmation. And that's not a hugely like expensive stock. Strong buy in the quant. Wall Street thinks that it's $89. The valuation a little bit stretched, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Levered free cash flow growing at 102% year over year. It's a good stock to hold. And the valuation is not nuts. For a stock that's growing 102% year over year and trading at 12 on the PE, forward PE is at 23 because, you know, they're going to have some costs, I guess. But revenue growth, I mean, look at that against Apple. It's number 1. Grab is number 2. Grab is a buy. But, yeah. Morning, Donnie. Okay, I am out of here. It is 9:12. I still have the paid newsletter to go. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.